Hey guys, welcome back to Zach Going Fire. Today's video will be a little bit different. As you can see, I'm not at home, I'm in a hotel room, and I just got off work, which is why I look and feel just exhausted. I'm still wet from sweat all day. I made 8 stops today, and I wanted to share with you why I feel afraid and why I think it's okay to feel afraid sometimes about your financial future. Today's video will be different because I'm going to try and read off my notes here. I didn't have time to pre-record this, so I'm going to try to do this with no edits and no script. So bear with me as I read through these notes. You should be able to see on the screen here, I'm in my projection lab, and it is showing an 86.4% chance success rate. So that might seem pretty good to some of you. Some of you might want to see in your own financial plans a higher rate of success. For me personally, I would never want to see a 100% success rate. And the reason why is I think that if you see 100% chance of success, either you're doing one of two things wrong. Either A, you're being too optimistic with your financial plans of what might come down in the future, or B, you're saving too much. And that is also a risk. If you want to be like me, my plans for the future and Mindy's plans for the future are to try our best and die with zero. So we don't want to leave anything on the table. We want to try and live our life to the fullest. So 86% chance of success might seem great, but right now I feel fear. And I'm trying my best to move forward without letting emotions govern how I do my finances. So let's see. The reason I didn't have time to do this video ahead of time was last week I went to visit my family. If you're watching this, family, hey, make sure to like and subscribe and leave a comment down below. I really enjoyed seeing you last week. So I work as a truck driver, as many of you know. I work for McLean. I'm actually still wearing the McLean shirt here. So with McLean, what I do is I deliver to stores. I unload pallets by hand all day long. I typically do about 8 or 9 deliveries a day, and it's very hard, back-breaking work. And so I definitely don't want to do this forever. I basically hate the work. There could be worse work for sure. I get paid a decent amount. I'm planning on making about $80,000 this year. So this video is also for those of you who think that you can't retire because you're not making enough money. $80,000 a year as a truck driver is something very attainable. I could go out and make more money if I wanted to go over the road or own my own truck, but I like to be home. Only one night a week I'm away in a hotel, and that's Tuesday night, so here I am. And I'm sorry if this video gets a little bit rambly. I just don't want to have to make any edits. I want to get this out to you so that oh my gosh, guys, that's funny. Just as I was saying that I apologize if this video gets too rambly because I don't want to make any edits or cuts, and I'm not going by a script today. Just as I was saying that, my computer died, so I had to plug it in, and so there will be at least one cut to this. So what I was saying is, yes, I am afraid for my financial future. And I'm more afraid now than I was in any recent time. And the reason being for me is that I have a lot of change coming. Change is very scary. And I have rapid changes in my life coming up soon. I am serious about trying to retire next year. And my wife is also very serious about it. So and again, I'm sorry, I'm going to keep referring to my notes. Anytime that you're afraid of your financial future, it's good to have someone to talk to. If you like, I was a financial advisor, and so I could be there with my clients when they were afraid of what was coming in the market. And I'm lucky enough to have my spouse that I can talk to. If you have a significant other that is willing to listen to you about finances, that's good. If you have a group that you can discuss things with, like I have recently joined the FIRE community in Orlando, and I'm looking forward to coming up in November, going on a financial independence group camping trip. And so it's good to have people that you can talk to, that so that you know that you're not alone going through the fears in the market. But it's also good to not let those emotions control what you do with your money, especially when it comes to timing the market. I think that anybody trying to time the market is making a mistake. That being said, I've recently made some major adjustments in my financial investments. And the reason being is that Mindy, with her becoming a travel agent, see, no edits. She's actually going to accelerate that process. I don't want to say the exact date because she hasn't put in her notice at work just yet. But coming up in the next couple of months, she'll leave her current full-time job. Oh, sorry guys, my computer died again. So what I was saying is that Mindy will be leaving her current full-time job, and she'll be working full-time as a travel agent. Now, if you don't know, that means that working as a travel agent, you don't get paid for the work you do right away. The commissions that she'll earn don't come in until after the trip has been made. So that means that if she books a trip for a client for next year, she won't get the money for that until next year sometime, whenever that trip occurs. So we've had to go back into our projection lab, and I'm going to move my head out of the way here. So going back to the plan, I've renamed the plan Barista No Income Next 18 Months. So that has Mindy's income will go away in a month or two, and we don't plan on her making any income as a travel agent this year or next year. And then when she starts to make income, let me actually pull up the income. Travel agent. We've got her starting at just making $15,000 a year starting in January 2027. And then after that, going up to just $30,000 a year. So that leaves me with my $80,000 a year responsible for our expenses. Luckily, next year we'll be selling our Prius and our Mustang next year. So we'll be able to cover our expected expenses next year of about $70,000 between selling the vehicles, and my income next year is cut in half, $40,000, because I'm expecting to leave my current job by next June. So if we go forward to the year after that, you can see that's when she starts with her $15,000 as a travel agent and no more income from McLean from my job. So we'll actually have to start drawing down on our savings, pulling out $15,000 from Capital One and about $28,000 from our taxable bridge account with M1 Finance. So I've recently made some big adjustments with M1. So this is my Roth account, current value $468,709. So this account, I put it to 55% in income sig, and then 15% for each of the other SIGs, 3 SIG, 6 SIG, and 9 SIG. So as I transition from the accumulation growth phase into my retirement phase, where I'll be withdrawing money instead of adding money to it, I would eventually like to be 100% in income SIG. These other plans, they can give you the income that you want. You don't have to go to income SIG if you're following Jason Kelly's plans. But the income SIG is designed for income, obviously. And so eventually I would like to be 100% in it. I'm in the transition period now, though, because I'm not yet taking income, but I didn't want to leave all of my investing in the growth plans right now, especially with markets at all-time highs. So let me show you activity in the account. August 11th, just yesterday, I went ahead and moved $51,300 out of those growth plans and into the income plan. And I did the same thing with Mindy's Roth account. Those are our two largest accounts. And so if there's volatility coming up in the market, if the market crashes, as can be the case, especially in September, October, I'll be more prepared for that. And especially with, like I said, with Mindy no longer taking income from her current full-time job, and we are trying to plan for the worst with her not earning $15,000 until 2027. So let's see, let me check my notes here. I do think some worry is definitely healthy, especially with the market at all-time highs. And let's see, what else am I missing here? Change is definitely scary for anybody who's going through this transition from from working full-time to retirement. And I plan on not only moving from working full-time into retirement, but also traveling around the world. So I'm not necessarily running away from the job as much as I am also running towards travel. Mindy and I really love to travel. We started cruising in 2018 was our first cruise, but we didn't really start getting at it until about 2021 after the pandemic. And since then we've been on 15 cruises, so it's about 3 cruises a year. And we plan on doing a lot more as we travel. That's actually going to be our first way we get to Japan. We're going to take a cruise over there. Let's see. I want to make sure I catch everything in with my notes. So I tried to plan for any and all of the worst possibilities. I've tried to add in all of the expenses I can think of. That's what you can see actually over here to the right with the cash flow. You see all of these different things coming out. I've tried to plan for all of that, worst case scenarios. And I know that I'm missing some things. Please let me know if you can think of anything that I'm missing. But the biggest thing I'm missing is that the future is unknowable. And if you're watching this, I just wanted to share this with you. Thank you for being patient with me as I learn how to do this YouTube experiment. I wanted you to know that you're not alone in worrying about your financial future. We all have our worries sometimes, and it's just like I said, it's important to not let your emotions control you. If you need to speak with a financial advisor, there's definitely a lot out there, and I would recommend that you look for one that is a fiduciary and one that is not getting paid commissions. If you're paying commissions, you're probably overpaying. And also keep in mind, free advice is just that, free advice. It's worth what it is. So don't take, my word as gospel, nor anyone else's you see talking on YouTube. So that's what I wanted to share today. Let's keep driving towards financial freedom together, and I'll see you next week.